Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello to everyone that is watching this video. My name is Maisarah.L binti Masnul Azhida. I'm from Polytechnic Ibrahim Sultan and I am an industrial design student in semester 4. This video is about my final year project, and the topic for this project is green. Green consists of many different aspects like color, religion and emotion. But the first thing that comes in mind about green is the 3R, which are recycle, reuse and reduce, green technology, eco-friendly and etc. I choose furniture as my theme for this final year project, and the furniture that I choose to build is a floating bookshelf. Though there are other types of shelves like fixed bracket shelf, built-in shelf, corner shelf and etc. But the reason why I choose a floating shelf is because they can appear to float over walls, seemingly unattached to screws and hinged, making it more mystical and magical. Since I choose the word bookshelf is because of the problem that I discover from my surroundings. The problem that always happens to bookworms is that there is always no space for them to store their books. And for me to insert the topic green is by using and reuse back any material that can be useful for my project, as the purpose to minimize negative environmental impacts. To search for some more opinions, I have made a survey form for others to give their thoughts about the furniture that I'm working on. The questions in the survey doesn't just only asking people the problem about shelves that have existed until now, but also the opinions on how should I embrace more ideas for my furniture. Here are some of the questionnaire from the survey, and a total of 22 respondents respond to the survey. These are my sketches that I drew during my semester 4. Through ideation, I have been studying the form that I can put to my project. Throughout the sketches, you can notice that there is a form of a ladder in every of the design. The reason why it is there is because we have an unused wooden ladder that used to be a ladder to a double-decker bed. I think that it will be a good use for my project and decided to insert it to my design, and automatically became my main structure of the furniture. Idea development is the part where I add my furniture some more functions. By proving my theory of the development, I made several study mockups to test that theory. This is my first mockup. It is made from cardboard, and I use tapes, uhu glue and paper clips to build the mockup. But before I built the mockups, I drew some technical drawing to test some measurements. And to be able to completely agree with the measurements, I built mockups using a scale ruler. On the first mockup, I used the scale 150 to build it. Including the ladder in the middle, the whole mockup is made from cardboard. I used the layering technique to make some of the parts look thicker. The door-like function was possible because of the paperclip. I cut the paperclip with the suitable measurement and put it on the top and below of the shelf. The process is repeated on each of the shelf. On the second level of the shelf was supposed to be empty, but during the process I realized that cardboard is not that strong, and I had to put supports in the middle or it will become flimsy. I planned to glue it to another board so it will look like a floating shelf without supports, but I don't have enough material to do so, and the shops was closed as well because of the MCO. Ordering will be too late. This is my second mockup, and it is made from PVC board and mounting board. The ladder and the thick parts of the shelf is made from PVC board, while the rest is made from mounting boards. I used the same techniques using paperclip to make the shelf open. But this time I used super glue to combine the parts. To make the side surface smooth, I used sandblock beforehand. And the scale that I used to build this mock-up is 175. Moving on to my final mock-up, I used the material hardboard and popsicle sticks. The popsicle sticks is used to make the ladder. I cut the tips on both sides of the sticks and glued them together, and then I sand them to make the surface smooth. Hardboard is the tricky part. It took me 3 days to cut the parts with only using a cutter. Of course, I sand them so the sides were smooth after cutting it. I had to layer some parts to make it look thicker and glued them together with super glue. To make the shelf open, I had to use hammer and nail to make a hole for the paper clips. I planned to use thumbtack, but I don't have them and the stores were closed, so I had to use the same techniques as before. If you were paying attention, you can see that there is a tiny rectangular part in each of the moving shelf. It is located on the top and the bottom of the moving shelf. It is a 90-degree triangle, and the reason why I put it is to make the moving shelf attach 90 degrees to the side of the wall so it doesn't look lopsided. The final thing that I want to show is my panel for my project. I used the software Photoshop to design my panel, and some of the pictures in the panel are my digital drawing, and I use the software SolidWorks to draw, while the rendering I use Keyshot so it will look more realistic. In the panel, there is an image of the exploded view of the floating bookshelf, the name of the floating bookshelf, and some explanation underneath it, detailing combined together with GA drawing and the target area. The name that is given for this furniture is Eco Ladder Shelf, and the reason why is of course the ladder and also the used material to build the furniture. To end this video, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you will look forward for my final product in a real size next semester. Thank you.